Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Black Halo here, and today I'm bringing you my Season 6 Vi Jungle Guide, and straight up, you need the animation cancel with this champion, like, it's really important. I've been playing Vi a decent amount of times. I remember even saying in one of my videos that I didn't really think she was the greatest, and then I started giving her a little bit more playtime. I started playing her more and gave her a little bit more practice, and, well, actually, I shouldn't even say it like that. I practiced more with her, and I just started getting used to her playstyle. But if you guys are wondering what animation canceling is it's how to quickly and effectively combo with Vi and with any champion, really, how to quickly dish out damage to an opponent in a really short amount of time. But since this isn't a video related to animation canceling, it's just how to play Vi and what you need to think of, the mindsets you need to have. I'm going to make another video after this, so stay tuned, subscribe if you want to be updated to when that comes out. But yeah, when you play Vi, start Gromp and then rotate to blue. And then it'd be best if you want to gank early, go to red buff. But you also need to keep in mind your lanes to gank. So what you always need to keep in mind when you gank is if they have flash up, if they have ways of dodging your Q, your vault breaker, and yeah, if your laner actually has some CC for them, like a silence, a slow, something like that. That's when you can get easy ganks off. But you guys should already know start W and yeah, clear this with ease. And like I said before in one of my other jungle guys, I actually did mess this up clearing. And I was actually kind of nervous for Shaco coming into my jungle. But yeah, right there. You see, like, I don't know why I did that exactly or why I messed up so hard. But it all matters when you combine it. I know what to do in general when it comes to auto attack resetting and clearing. I always make this mistake and I always mess up. But it'd make for more efficient clears. But what you want to do is as soon as you auto attack, you want to reset it with E, and that's what I did, but I didn't. Well, that's what I planned to do. I knew to do that, but I just didn't do it correctly. And yeah, and then you get that extra attack speed from your W buff, and then it's pretty easy after you get that extra attack speed, and that's what you want to max second, and you want to max vault breaker first, and then denting blows, and then excessive force. If you want to, you can throw a couple of extra points into excessive force early if you really want the resets on your E and your auto attacks and stuff like that. It's all personal preference. It doesn't matter too much. But the reason why I came over to Wolves is because I was afraid of Shaco invading me at my red or something like that. I didn't want to get cheesed because I knew I was gonna get dropped a little low and I didn't want to use too many pots. But I should have just kept tabs on him. What I should have did was went into his jungle and checked where he was starting and see if he was gonna invade me. Because I would have been able to go through these lanes a lot quicker and gank easier, but I did not want to, not have any, I didn't want him to kill me at my red, so that's why I went back early and decided to go to my red buff, and it's just being more safe than sorry. I don't really like playing against Shaco at all, but down in the bot lane, yeah, they ended up dying at level 2, and let me just show you how platinum elo is, guys. This is just, I want to give you a jungle guide in general. I've been teaching you how to play Udyr and stuff, but this is just, all in all, when you play Vi, it's all about pure jungle knowledge. Like, if you're a good jungler, you're going to be able to play Vi. But just watch look at this Vayne. Look at what she's doing. Like, just look at this bot lane in general. Like, this is why I call my elo bad. This is why people don't really realize what goes on in Platinum. People don't really realize what goes on in these games in general. But I do know that every single elo is pretty bad. Even though these guys are also, like, they're not as bad as silver players or gold players, but they're pretty bad. But yeah, that's how bot lane ended up dying, and I already know stuff like that happens when you die at level 2 bot lane. When that happens, I'm like, okay, I can't depend on my bot lane, because if I'm actually jungling legitimately and not trying to solo carry a game, because this isn't, that's not necessarily how I play Vi. I play Vi to help my team out. I play Vi to gank lanes and get power spikes at 6 and try to snowball my lanes so they can carry me after I CC their enemy team and get to the targets I need to get to and do my job. I want to be a little bit tanky for my team as well in a lot of situations, but you can easily solo carry with any jungler. And I could have just built damage early if I really wanted to. I could have went warrior into like cleaver and get 40% CDR and hit R. But that would result in me being very squishy. But let's go over this gang. What I wanted to do, and I had a feeling this was warded. So yeah, it was warded. Yeah, they're already pinging me. I had a feeling. And Shaco, I already know he was top lane. He was probably just getting finished with his blue buff. But I was like, let me see if he's still doing it. Nope. And I got the information. I was like, okay, I'll just do scuttles and I won't even deal with top. But His wave is pushing towards Aurelia. And if Aurelia comes in like that, like if Aurelia walks towards the minion wave like this, you should. That's another thing about getting ganked as well. If this wave is this fat, then Aurelia is not gonna just run into you and try to trade with your minions. If she starts running forward with this much HP, well, she's invaded. But usually in lower elos, that was actually not too bad about Aurelia's part, but. She started walking to him, but it wasn't that obvious. But usually it is. But I came back up for the counter gank because I had a feeling Shaco would gank this because easy lane to gank. But I got the flash, came for the counter gank. It's a little bit of presence, but not worth too much if I don't come back and capitalize on Aurelia, or if Vladimir isn't able to capitalize on Aurelia, missing all his farm and stuff like that. But all that stuff adds up. Me wasting time to go top and get a flash, it all matters. And it doesn't necessarily mean that Vlad is going to help me carry this game. That's why I ended up going mid lane because of Quinn mid, and I abused that, and she started cold. That's even worse. So that's why my whole focus in this game is not top lane, even though I went to help him out. I don't really plan on going bot, but if it's free, then I'll go bot. But my main focus is this guy right here. He has 28 CS. It's not a lot of CS right now, but he starts farming a lot better because it's Quinn mid. He starts taking it. He should by default win this lane. So I know that. So what I'm gonna do is just help him out if he needs the help. I'm gonna try to get him an easy kill, and if anything, I can get an assist off of that, and it'll snowball me and get me to level 6 faster. Because when you get to level 6 with Vi, ganking pre 6 is okay. It's not amazing, but when you do gank pre 6, you might as well just get the 6 as fast as possible. I was wondering, I don't know why they took this out of the game. Oracle doesn't really show invisible champions, but just having a little bit of presence into their jungle, and yeah, that made Quinn, just by having presence alone, it's bad map awareness in general. But if Quinn sees her jungle this low, then why would she even come to help him? Like, what is the point of even trying to help him out? I mean, he got away too, so why would you even reposition yourself with Malzahar having 6? So it's just a fail on Quinn's part. She's a fool for bringing cleanse in general, for thinking that it will cleanse this ulti. But yeah, I came over here. Presence matters, but it depends what you get from this presence. Just from me clearing him out of his jungle, Quinn came over here like a retard. I did miss my Q. I'm just trying to distract from that, but I did miss my Q. But in the end of the day, it got Malzahar a kill, it got me an assist, and it got me some free tax. And it got me to get a little, I think we put a little bit of damage on this. I'm not too sure. And weird enough, earlier, or actually after a little while, I don't think Malzahar really wanted to take this turret. I think he wanted to just keep abusing Quinn. But I don't think that's really the right way to go. I think you should just take turrets as soon as possible, because turrets are very valuable in this season. But yeah, it's all about having presence at the right time. You need to be at the right place at the right time. And I just happen to be capitalizing on her bad map awareness there, and having her, oh, my Shaco's in trouble, let me go try to help him, and she just dies for free. So that matters. Like 6 minutes into the game, especially since season 6 is all about snowballs. Like, if we can just keep snowballing Malzahar's lead, we will be straight, and I know that. So I just need to get to 6 as fast as possible. Any free gank like this, they had a war right here, but they were overextending, so it's an easy kill for me. So it all helps. All of this stuff really does help. So as soon as I get to 6, the better. Even if I can, that's just free gold, really, going bot lane like that. So yeah, something else you also need to keep in mind with the Vi is obviously the enemy junglers. But you also, like, you're a jungler. Like, if you want to take blue buff when your mid laner is feeding, that's fine. But if you know this dude is 2-0, he's snowballing, he just killed the Quinn who has 36 CS, he has this much of a lead on her, it would be a bad decision for me not to give him blue buff. So you don't always want to listen to everybody when they say take a buff when your laner's doing bad or good, because his CS is okay. It's not as good as it possibly could be. I got a ward on this, and I actually did this pretty wrong. Honestly, yeah, I could have got the resets and whatnot, and I could have CC'd him, but he would just go invisible. Another reason why I don't really like playing against Shaco. So I decided to just, I just gave a little bit of presence, just get him on his toes, and easy dive. I had 6, so you can do stuff like this when you get 6 with Vi. And a mistake I really made was actually going into Shaco's jungle and getting him a little upset, because as you guys can see, he's chasing me for a little while, and honestly, not even gonna lie, I don't know why Shaco players just chase and waste time like this, like all of them do. But just because I was greedy and decided to back here, he benefited off of it. And honestly, this gank right here, this shutdown, I really didn't like getting shut down like that. And I'm pretty sure I knew my red buff was coming up soon. Well, I think I already had my red buff. But regardless, I went on tilt from getting killed like that by that Shaco. I do not like playing against Shaco. That's one way to tilt me. He's ganking top. And just showing this because I'm dead. But yeah, I do not like that, man. I do not like Shaco players. And I guess that's the way to play against my playstyle is Shaco can counter a lot of my junglers if you know what to do. But let me talk about the build. I got a tracker's knife just to help out Malzahar. I'm gonna war for him and make sure Shaco doesn't really gank his lane and screw him over because he's getting a lot more CS now because he's got some items, he got his catalyst and whatnot. So he has 70 CS now at 9 minutes, which is a lot better than what he was farming at 5 minutes into the game. So as you can see, the ganks and him killing Quinn like that really helped him out. It really snowballed him. So he should be fine. I gave him blue buff. He can do whatever. He can war for himself. And I'm probably going to even drop some more wars with my tracker's knife and just help him out. I got another pink as well. So as soon as I died by Shaco, I already knew. Like, I couldn't go warrior. Because I was planning on going warrior this game if I wouldn't have died there. But I did get destroyed basically by Shaco. And, you know, we all make mistakes. I'm only a platinum elo player. So a lot of stuff I do may be a lot better than gold and silver and bronze players, and I might be a good player in general, but I had a feeling he was doing that. Just keeping tabs on his buffs and stuff like that. Just knowing where Shaco is all I'm really doing to help Malzahar out and just help him from getting ganked or camped by Shaco. And people don't really realize that junglers do that a lot. And again, I'm wasting time here. I want her to... I thought she would overextend and hit the tower for whatever reason. Another mistake. Try not to waste time like this. And yeah, I knew I was wasting time by doing that. But, you know, not too bad. Just a few seconds wasted. It could have been a very beneficial kill if she ended up overextending. But I didn't know how dumb she'd be. I guess she wasn't that dumb. You know, she made a lot of mistakes. But, yeah. In general... What I do this game is I put even though it's not really a good thing, I put most of my faith into this Malzahar because, like I said, I went on a mini tilt. And for me ganking early and helping him out, that's all I needed to do. Because with that lead, he was able to pressure his lead on the map. And he started coming bot lane because bot lane is not doing okay. Like, they're just TDMing it down here. Like, they're just fighting over and over and over. And so I was like, oh yeah, let me go back. Malzahar decided to roam after this. He didn't want me to take the tower. That's why I didn't take the tower, because he just didn't want me to take it. I guess he thought Quinn would keep coming back to lane and he'd be able to kill her over and over. But that's not really that worth. I should have took the tower and not listened to my mid laner. Can't listen to everybody, but he was the one carrying, and I did put him in a good position to carry. So that's all you want to do. Or that's a good jungling concept. And as you guys can see, while I rewinded it there, is because we wanted to go gank bot lane, but they were smart enough to back and knew that Malzahar was MIA and that I was MIA roaming down. So lower elo players will also just stay there, and those would be free kills for us. And I really didn't want Shaco to come over this wall and steal the dragon. So I think this is a bad idea. Yeah, it really was a bad idea for me to jump over the wall with him, even though it secured us the dragon. I wanted to kill him so bad. I thought that was a clone because they did update the game to where both clones of anything show buffs. Say LeBlanc mimic, or not her mimic, her passive, LeBlanc passive, Shaco's clone, yeah, they all show buffs now. So I forgot about that. Just simple. Actually, that was honestly a really bad mistake. What I did there is, even though we got the dragon, which is good for the team, what I did was waste my ulti. I wasted my flash. And, well, yeah, that's it. But those are two bad things I wasted. And I could have just sat in the dragon pit and had both my flash and my ulti for free. And these are really long cooldowns. Some of the longest cooldowns. Yeah, they are the longest cooldowns in the game for me. So I don't want to be wasting those things. But I don't know, not too bad as long as I just don't make too many mistakes and make sure Malzahar keeps snowballing. Make sure he's safe. Like, I do not want this dude to get shut down and like start losing his lead for real. I want him to like be okay. So I also don't want to fall behind too bad either. So that's why I ended up taking this blue buff. This one I took because I knew if I didn't have this, I'd be a little bit behind. I needed to farm. I needed to spam my ability. Well, it's not really a necessary need. I could have gave this over, but yeah, they had vision on me doing that. I could have gave this over, but I already know how I play. Like I'm greedy and I'm not greedy in the same way. I gave her my first blue because he was able to create some pressure with it, but he's fine. He's still okay, and we got that turret for him and whatnot. He's gonna be overextending a little bit. I can drop some wards for him, and they got my jungle pretty well warded. I'm not really warding too much. Like I'm not too used to using this knife. I could be dropping some more wards, but it's not too big of a deal. Even though wards are really important, you just need to be aware that you do have this knife, and you just need to keep wards up, and just use them as efficiently as possible. And that's a really defensive pink. I'm probably better off like dropping the pink ward into their jungle or like into a sneaky spot. Like I drop pink wards, and this is a really good spot I like to drop pink wards in right here. Because junglers don't really check that bush, and it gives you a lot of vision into like for people running around here, running around through here. Like it gives a decent amount of vision, so I like dropping my pink wards in there for offensive pink wards. This is more of a defensive placement, so just keep that in mind when you have a lead. Try to like extend your vision into their jungle instead of like dedicating it into yours. So yeah. That's just how to ward in general. I'm just counter jungling here as well. Just trying to make sure I don't really fall too behind, because I do know that I wasted a lot doing that dragon fight or whatever. And then I can deny Shaco as well some farm, so it's not too bad for me to be counter jungling right now. But it'd be also great for me to help Malzahar out and try to snowball his lead a little bit as well. But all in all, he's creating most of the pressure in this game. He's gonna be doing most of the work because I put him in the position to carry, and I came and ganked his lane a couple of times. And yeah, see, he's catching these guys overextending, which is pretty good. What a mid laner should do is roam a little bit. He's in the position too, so that's pretty good for us, for Malzahar to be doing stuff like that, and for me to be holding these lanes and being able to keep pressure up on the map while he roams down bot. It's pretty nice as long as I can keep all this stuff cleared and keep buff control like this. As long as I can take over Shaco's jungle and take his buffs as well and force him to be losing gold as well. That's another thing. And let me go over let me show you how much I was on tilt this game. And like I said, we all make mistakes. We all make bad decisions. But I knew he was pretty low. I honestly don't even play Shaco. I didn't know the cooldown of his deceive, and yeah, I ended up ulting, doing the whole combo, tanking about 1,000,000 turret shots, and yeah, he just towering sitting under the tower like a little bitch, and fucking yeah, that's really all it was. And him just I'll disappear and do that and hide away from you, let the tower do all the work and ignite you and smite you and haha, I got you. Like that's all I think about when Shaco players come into my face. But all in all, I don't care. He's pretty behind in farm. All he has is 2 kills. He's useless. He's behind. His job, like his whole kit right now, is early game, and he has a really early game. Like he's strong early, and if he doesn't use that lead, Malzahar just died. But if he doesn't use that lead to his advantage and just like snowball the game like crazily, then there's gonna be a problem, and that's why he's suffering right now. Is because he didn't really snowball as efficiently as he could. But like I said, when it comes to playing Vi, basically what you need to do is get to level 6 as fast as possible if you can't do anything else. If you can get early ganks off, then that's good. If you can snowball some of your lanes early, that is good. Keep jungle control, keep your buffs, and keep all your buffs up, and make sure you get all your buffs and control your jungle. Make sure you don't really lose control of your jungle like I'm doing to this Shaco. Like I'm always constantly like invading him when he's doing his red, interrupt him during his blue, because I have control, or I'm gaining control of his jungle. And yeah, that's how it was. And then yeah, I'm just clearing out vision and taking his blue buff, or taking his red buff, because I have control of the jungle. And that's something you can do when you have a lead over opponents in this game, is just control the map, especially with vision as well. It's pretty beneficial. And yeah, you just learn by just destroying people with jungle via any jungle really. You'll just learn how to control the map and control the game. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she killed me here. Like, yeah, really, with a Sheen Rage Blade is pretty amazing. I did mess up my combo again. I do make a lot of mistakes in this game, but it's all about. Okay, so I straight up ulted a 2-hour stun. Yeah, I missed my what I really did was miss my Q incorrectly. I could have just Q'd onto her, but I Q'd backwards on accident, and I would have killed her if I would have Q'd her. But yeah, she's pretty strong. She is a solo laner with like that many kills and this much CS. And she's always been Aurelia. She's always been just had that freaking broken stun with a Rage Blade Sheen. Yeah, it's a lot of damage. So be careful. A lot of champions are pretty broken in terms of damage. Like Jax is pretty good with Rage Blade Sheen as well. Udyr is even good with the Rage Blade Sheen. So you just gotta keep in mind what you're doing. Yeah, me giving out free gold isn't all that great. So I just need to make sure I'm with my Malzahar and make sure this dude is safe. And if he isn't safe, if we don't protect him, we lose this game. Simple as that. It's our job to make sure he's in a position to carry because nobody else really can. But let me go back here. Just ulting in general, picking people off is really good with Vi because obviously you're ulti. But yeah, I killed myself for killing Shaco, which is isn't all that worth. But if you learn how to just dominate people and just catch them out of position with your ulti, because it has a pretty long range, if you just ward their whole jungle and do that over and over and over and make sure they're split up, you will be good and you will lock people down, CC them, and be able to tank for your team as well. So yeah, especially once I'm not even the best Vi in the world, as you guys can see. I just know how to play Vi. I know the basics and I know what to do in each game to carry. But as far as mechanics go and decision making, I can use some work. But I do know how to play jungle in general, and I got a pretty good feel for this champion. So I'm definitely gonna be working on her a lot more, and I'm gonna be playing her a lot more as well, and she's definitely gonna be added to my champ pool for season 6, because she's looking pretty good, honestly. Let me turn this down a little bit more. I thought it was already pretty low, but yeah, just clearing the jungle, and my team is pushing top, and I already knew that we couldn't really get too much out of this, except the Baron. I'm pretty sure I started pinging this Baron because I knew that I wouldn't be in the position to go run over there all the way again because I just died. What I should have did was just pick up both of my buffs. But I'm trying to push mid because I knew my whole team started dying. So I had to apply a little bit more pressure, and that's probably why I didn't do my buffs. Honestly, I just wanted to get Baron because I knew we could have if they would have backed off. And this is a big mistake. Let me just go back and tell you how bad this is when people just don't back off. Because everybody makes mistakes, like I said. And it's kind of average. Okay. Alright, this is fine. Just hit then hit. Hit then hit. Now, I don't know why Vayne has... Like, I don't know why she's all the way over here. You don't have to be fighting here. How about you just back off and stop trying to auto-attack? How about you just back off and not die? Because we need Vayne to kill Baron. I mean, we did kill them all, but is it really all that worth after just getting a little bit of free gold? I mean, we did kill him. It's not too bad. But is it all that much worth it compared to getting Baron and sieging again and ending the game, probably taking more towers easily? But we didn't have to worry about that because they FF'd because this game is over. But yeah, even though I'm 3-4, even though I don't even have too many assists, what I did was end up keeping myself ahead in the game. What I was able to do is keep my mid turret up, because if I would have left while Malzahar was roaming and Quinn and Shaco could have just sieged down this turret. People don't understand that keeping your mid turret up is very important in this game, and this is your main lane. This is vital, and if you can snowball your mid laner when he gets ahead, it's a pretty easy game to win. So that's why I like Vi, because she's pretty good at snowballing lanes. She can CC and focus people down efficiently, and she's really fun to play as well, and I like her build path. It's not too expensive. You can go Cinderhulk and then go into a Cleaver and then go into any other item of your choice, and you can just get 40% CR with other items as well. And that's pretty experimental as well. I've been trying out other things like getting a Spirit after this, and just maybe even CDR boost would be okay too, like Lucidity. But as long as you have 40% CDR with this champion, you will be pretty good. I can tell that CDR is going to be really important in this season as well. Just to spam abilities and ultis and keep pressing your lead. But yeah, this video is almost over, guys. Like I said, fail flash, fail Q flash. Gotta work on mechanics somehow, and yeah, let's see what happens here. I'm not even too sure what happens here. I don't know why she flashed like this. Like, I don't know why you thought you were gonna kill me. I don't know why she flashed for that. Callista's kind of behind. And our bot lane is kind of behind. I'm actually starting to get a couple of kills. Malzahar is already snowballing. I already said that. Janna's not doing too bad, and Vladimir is just even. And I call this Baron once again for us to just get this out of the way and win the game. And yeah, like I said, guys, I didn't want to get in the pit and then take too much, but like I said, guys, just focus on creating early pressure if you can. If not, try to create a lot of pressure with your ulti. Be sure to use your excessive force and auto attack resets correctly, because I actually need a lot of work on that. But that's how you play Vi in a nutshell. And if you just do that consistently every single game, you will be good. And yeah, I'm gonna explain that, and I did explain that in my mobile fire guide as well, and I'm gonna reiterate that again. Is what I'm doing is just explaining that once again. Be sure to check out my mobile fire guide if you need any more information in general in the description. If you did like this video, be sure to drop a like. That would help a lot. Drop a comment if you have any opinions on my gameplay, blah blah this, blah blah that. If you want to roast me and talk about me because I'm bad, because I know I'm bad, but I do have knowledge, and I am working on my gameplay as well. And yeah, we all can use practice in this game. We all can use like improvement. I always be saying that. I always say that, and people just have to understand that they're just not the best. Like, people just need to know that they're not amazing for playing at an elo if you still make a lot of common mistakes. And as long as you just know you have a lot of work to improve on, as long as you know what you need to improve on, you'll be fine. And yeah, easily winning a fight. Vayne is starting to get a lead again. She's starting to get damage because she is Vayne, and we are just able to siege down mid easily, really easily. And I'm just able to pick up all of these kills, and that's how my KDA ended up looking okay. But kills do not matter. Like I said, I was just 2 and 3, but I was able to create pressure. I was able to snowball my Malzahar. I was able to just hold his lane and even just hold other lanes as well, and pick up free farm from their lanes as well, which snowballs me, gives me more levels, and I can hit armor, and I can, focus on shutting down Shaco's early game as well, and stop people from trying to gain leads off of my team as well, because Shaco could have easily snowballed this game if I didn't create enough pressure. So yeah, like I said, be sure to drop a like if you enjoyed. A comment is appreciated, and share this video if you enjoyed it, if you think it helped other people out. And I am going to list the runes and masteries right now, so yeah, stay tuned. Alright guys, here we are, the build, runes, and masteries, and I'm doing something a little bit different. As you can see, I'm going to be listing item sets for build choices for you guys for each guide I do, and I think it's a good idea and a good way to use the item sets on League of Legends client. And I can just show you guys the builds and stuff like that, and if you are curious on anything, be sure to check out my mobile fire guide in the description, because it's going to be more updated, because obviously builds end up being outdated, same with the runes and masteries. But yeah, the build number 1 that I have listed is the warrior start I cannot pronounce words. The warrior start into probably something like Dead Man's Play, into the cleaver, banshees, and mercs with Sterix on the side. So yeah, that's my 6 item build for the standard build that I usually go on Vi, and it's pretty good. In the video, I actually got Frozen Heart, and I honestly don't really like Frozen Heart unless you just have to get it because of a Vayne or something like that, a nuisance that's really dependent on that type of stuff to shut down, or the Frozen Heart Aurora, or however you say it, the reduced attack speed, however you say that word. But yeah, it helps against Vayne, like Thornmail and stuff like that. That helps a lot against heavy AD teams, and you know what Thornmail is. And the second build I have is the Cinderhulk into Black Cleaver and full tank with Randuins. There's Tabbies, Locket, and Banshees. Just simple stuff for your team, and just simple builds, whatnot. If you really need a Hunter's Potion, you can pick up that Vision War Health Pot and a Sweeping Lens Trinket. And let's go ahead and get on to the runes. These are my Udyr runes that I use for Vi, and they work out pretty nicely. The attack damage quints, attack speed marks, CDR per level, glyphs, flat CDR, and armor seals. And yeah, pretty simple, pretty standard. And for the masteries, we have 12, 18, and we go Thunderlords because of the recent Fervor of Battle nerfs. And it's really like, Thunderlord is really good on a lot of champions, a lot of junglers, and on Vi it's amazing. So I do recommend all of this stuff. For the masteries, just be sure to get Runic Affinity, Merciless, Dangerous Game, all that other good stuff. And yeah, hope you guys did enjoy this video. That's pretty much it. I'm going to be making animation canceling guides for Vi as well. I'm going to be making some mechanic videos for her as well. So I hope you guys will stay tuned for that, because it is hard to master this champion and combo with her efficiently and correctly. So I'm going to be doing that for you guys and for my mobile fire guys. So be sure to stick around for that. I'm going to be coming in the near future, and be sure to subscribe for new content. And yeah, see you guys in the next video. Later.